Hello students, today I will be explaining to you the concept of shares and dividend. I will explain you the different terms involved in this topic, and also we will solve a few sums so that the concept will be more clear to you. Now you all must have heard about these shares. Your parents must be investing in shares of different companies. Now you must have heard that they earn dividend from these companies. Now what is it exactly? Let us understand. Now for example, a company already exists. Say Tata company exists. Now the company, Tata company, suppose it was into steel, doing very well. But now Tata wants to expand into automobiles. Now but to expand or to diversify into automobiles, it requires more investment. Now instead of investing from their own pocket the entire money, what they do is they become public or they go to public. What does that mean? They put their shares in the market for sale, and with the money that they get from selling the shares, they invest in the expansion or diversification of their company. Now what will public get in return? After 1 year, public gets a share in the profit of the company in the form of dividend. Now how it is done? I will explain to you. Not only shares of an existing company only are sold, sometimes even the shares of a new company which is being set up by some people, even they can become public. They can register themselves in the stock exchange and they can sell their shares in the market. Now let us first get familiarized with certain terms involved in this topic. Now the basic terms that you will be learning in this topic are nominal value of shares. So nominal value. So in short, this is represented as either NV, or it is also known as face value, or that is face value, or FV. Now what is this nominal value or face value? Nominal value or face value is the price of one share which is determined by the company. So at what price the company wants to share its share. That is the price which is decided by the company, and the company releases the shares at this price. So that is called nominal value or face value. In short, we write it as NV or FV. These short forms are allowed in the board also. You need not write every time nominal value full form or face value full form. You can write either NV or FV. So that is what is this? This is the price of each share which is decided by the company. Now some companies are already doing very well. As I told you, the example of Tata, Reliance, all these are doing extremely well. So people want to buy their shares, that because they are very sure that these companies will not make loss and these companies will make huge profit. So if the profit of the company is more, earning of the shareholders will be more. So that is why the shares of such companies are always in demand, whereas the supply of the shares usually falls short than the number of buyers who are willing to buy. So that means the number of shares available is less as compared to number of buyers. So in that case, since the demand is more, that time bidding happens and the highest quoted price for a particular day becomes the selling price of the share. So the share may be sold at a much higher value than the nominal value. Now this value which is sold in the market, that is called the market value. That is, the market value is the selling price, final selling price of each share in the market. Now this market value keeps fluctuating because today the demand may be more, so the prices quoted are very high. Tomorrow the demand may be less for less number of buyers available, so the price may little less than yesterday's price. So So whatever it is, whenever this selling price, first of all, what is this selling price called? This selling price of the share is called market value. So market value is the price at which the shares are sold. So we write MV. So this short form is also allowed. So market value is the price at which the shares are sold in the market, whereas nominal value is the price of the share quoted by the company. Now, if, as I told you, there is demand is more, then the market value is greater than the nominal value. When the market value is greater than the nominal value, what is, let me repeat once again, market value is the price at which the share is sold and the nominal value is the price quoted by the company. Now when the market value is greater than nominal value, we say shares are sold at premium. We say shares are sold at premium, means the market value of the shares is greater than the nominal value. Now for example, if we say that the shares of a company whose nominal value is rupees 10 are sold at a premium of 5%. Premium of 5%. So it means that nominal value of the shares is rupees 10 and they are sold at a premium of 5%. Means what will be the market value? Market value will be rupees 10 plus 5% of 10. Premium of 5% means they are sold at 5% extra. 5% of what? 5% of the nominal value. So this will be rupees 10 plus half a rupee, that is 50 paisa. So the market value will be rupees 10.50. Now let us take another example. Suppose a company whose shares, the nominal value of the shares is say rupees 100 are sold at a premium of say rupees 20. At a premium of rupees 20, here it is not 20%. That means the market value of these shares is directly 100 plus 20, that is rupees 120. So whenever it is a percentage, you have to add the percentage of the nominal value to the nominal value in order to get the market value. If they simply say premium of rupees 20 or premium of rupees 5, then straight away add the money to the nominal value to get the market value. Now sometimes if the demand is less, that means the company has quoted the shares at a particular nominal value but there is no demand in the market. In such a case, what we do is then the price reduces. The market value is much less than the nominal value. Then we say that the shares are being sold at a discount. That means if the nominal value of the share is say rupees 100, but as there is no demand for the shares, the market value is much less than the nominal value. Means the shares are not being sold at the nominal value, but the shares are being sold at a value lesser than the nominal value. Then we say that the shares are being sold at discount. Now for example, a company who the nominal value of the shares is rupees 100 or a company's shares whose nominal value is rupees 100 are being sold at a discount of say rupees 10. So that means nominal value is rupees 100. So market value is rupees 100 minus 10, that is rupees 90. Or they may say a company whose the nominal value of shares is rupees 100 are being sold at a discount of say 10%. So in that case also, if it is 10% or 5% or whatever it is, then what we do, in order to find the market value, rupees 100 minus 10% of the nominal value, that is 100. it may be 80, so then 10% of 80. If the nominal value is 80, then 80 minus 10% of 80, this will give you the market value. That is here in this case it is again 100 minus 10, that is rupees 90. So whenever it is sold at a discount, we get the market value by subtracting the discount from the nominal value. Whenever the shares are sold at a premium, we get the market value by adding the amount of premium to the nominal value. Now, sometimes the shares are sold at the nominal value itself. Neither the price is increased nor the price is reduced. The shares are sold at the price quoted by the company, that is at the nominal value. So in such case, nominal value is equal to market value. Then we say shares are sold at par. Is it clear, children? So when the market value is greater than the nominal value, we say shares are sold at a premium. When the market value is less than the nominal value, then we say that the shares are sold at a discount. And when the market value and the nominal value both are equal, then we say shares are sold at par. Now this terminology you should be very much you must know what do they mean, and you must be familiar with this terminology, because in the question they will say the shares are being sold at a premium of rupees 20. So that means you must know by adding this rupees 20 to the nominal value, you will get the market value. If in the question the statement says that the shares are sold at a discount of 10 rupees, that means you have to, in order to get the market value, you have to subtract the discount, the money, that is rupees 10 which is given as a discount, from the nominal value in order to get the market value. Also, if you want, suppose the statement says the shares are sold at par, so that means market value is equal to nominal value. Now, how to calculate the dividend? What is the dividend? Dividend is the return that we get from the company at the end of 1 year. Okay, so now in order to calculate the dividend, we also must know another thing, that is the company declares a percentage, at what percentage it will give the return to the shareholders. So that is called dividend. What is this dividend percent? Dividend percent which is declared by the company, that is, it says that it will give this dividend that is D percent or X percent, or say 7%, 8% of each share, the nominal value of each share. Now for example, if the nominal value is say rupees 100 and the company declares a dividend of 9%, that is, company says that I will give a dividend at the rate of 9% to my shareholders. So that means the company will give 9% of the nominal value on each share. That is, if a person has one share, then at the end of 1 year, the person who has one share worth rupees 100 will get rupees 9 as dividend. Okay, so dividend percent is the percent or the return that the company promises to give to its shareholder per share or one share. Now, so naturally, if in this case, if a person has 5 shares, then his income at the end of the year will be 5 into 9, because on one share the earning is 9 rupees at the rate of 9% dividend. So on 5 shares he will get 5 into 9, 45 rupees will be his earning. So that earning or the return that he gets from the company is called dividend. So it is a very simple formula, that is dividend is usually represented by capital D and the dividend percent declared by the company is represented by small d. So dividend is equal to number of shares into number of shares, means the number of shares that the shareholder has, number of shares into D percent. So D percent means D upon 100, whatever the percentage of the company has announced. So that is the dividend percent, at what rate the company has announced to give dividend to its shareholders, that is D upon 100 into the nominal value. Now the company doesn't pay on the market value. The company is not bothered at what price you have purchased. Company has quoted a nominal value and company has quoted a rate of dividend, that is say D%, then the company will give to its shareholder depending upon the number of shares each shareholder holds. So dividend is equal to number of shares into D% of the nominal value, but D% means D upon 100. So this is a very simple understanding, there is no need to by heart. If you understand, if you have 1 share, you will get D upon 100 of nominal value. If you have 5 shares, so 5 into D% of the nominal value you will get. Now, suppose you want to know the investment that a person has invested in a company. You know the nominal value, you know the market value. Now you want to know how many shares the person has. So for this you don't require a big mathematical formula. Investment is the total money that he used to buy the shares. Now for buying the shares, he has bought at the market value and not at the nominal value, if the shares are either sold at premium or discount. Only when the shares are sold at par, market value and nominal value are same. So whatever is the market value, so investment upon market value will give you number of shares. Actually these are given as a list of formula in your book, but actually this is common sense. What is the number of shares? Whatever the person has invested divided by the selling price of each share. Selling price of each share is nothing but the market value. If the market value is same as nominal value, then you will divide by nominal value in order to get the number of shares. So let us do some numericals, it will be more clear to you. I will read out the question first for you. Priya purchased 400 shares of the face value of rupees 100 each from the market at rupees 300 per share. So that means this particular statement tells us about the number of shares Priya purchased, that is 400 shares, the face value of each share, that is rupees 100 each, from the market at rupees 300 per share. That means rupees 300 is the market value of the share. Now if the company paid a dividend of 30%, so this is the rate at which the company is paying dividend. So rate of dividend is 30%. What percentage does Priya get on her investment? So now here you have to understand something. Actually the company pays to Priya on the nominal value, whereas whatever Priya earns is actually not against her nominal value of the company but against her market value, because she has invested at the market value. So that is why her actual return percent is different from the dividend percent that the company has given. Company might have given her at 30% rate, but her return on her investment will not be 30%. Why? When the return percent and the dividend percent will be same, when the nominal value and market value are same. That is, when the nominal value and market value both are equal, that means the shares are sold at par, then only whatever the company pays dividend percent, that is the rate at which the shareholder gets back on his or her investment. But if the shareholder buys the shares at a different value, at a different market value, then the rate of dividend will not be equal to his rate of return, because he will get a different rate of return. I will explain again while doing the sum. Now what is the data that is given to us? Priya buys how many shares? Number of shares is equal to 400. Now what is it is given? At face value of rupees 100 each. So face value or nominal value is equal to rupees 100. Now from the market at rupees 300 per share. So that means market value is equal to rupees 300. Now the company pays a dividend of 30%. So at the rate of, that is D% is equal to 30%. So first of all let us calculate what is the dividend that Priya earns. So dividend, that is represented by capital D. I told you number of shares, that is 400 into 30% of the nominal value or the face value. The company doesn't pay at the market value. The company is not bothered at what price you have bought the share. Company only pays dividend on the nominal value. So 400 shares she has. So 400 into 30% of the nominal value. Nominal value is rupees 100. Is this step clear? So the dividend that Priya will receive is on each share it is 30% of the nominal value. Since she has 400 shares, so total dividend received by her will be 400 into 30% of the nominal value, that is 100. So this will be equal to rupees 12,000. So this is the dividend which Priya gets from the company, that is 12,000 rupees. But this 12,000 she earns by investing at the rate of 300 rupees per share. So what is Priya's investment? So Priya's investment is not 400 into 100 because Priya did not buy at nominal value. Priya bought at 300 rupees market value. Okay, so Priya's investment will be number of shares, that is 400 into the market value because she bought at rupees 300 per share. So the total investment of Priya is rupees 12, that is 1,20,000. This is the total investment which Priya made in buying this how many shares? 400 shares. So what is actually her rate of return? That means she got 12,000 by investing 1,20,000. So what is the rate at which she got the return? How will you find? So that means 12,000 is her return by investing 1,20,000. 1,20,000. Now the percentage we want to know. So into 100. So she gets the return at the rate of 10%. Though the company pays the dividend at the rate of 30%, but since Priya brought the shares at a market value of 300 rupees at a premium, that is she brought the shares at a premium. So her actual return is at the rate of 10%. So that is the rate of return for Priya in this case. Okay, so is it clear? So the question says, what percentage does Priya get on her investment? That means actually Priya got 10% on her investment. I hope it is clear to you all. Let us go on to the next question. Let me read the second question now. Which share is more profitable? 4% share at rupees 80 or 4.5% share at rupees 88. This is a very practical application based question. Whenever a share holder or whenever a person who wants to invest in the share market wants to buy the shares, there are n number of shares available in the market. So a person who wants to invest in the share market has to study and decide in which share he must invest or which share which share is better than the other share, and then they have to decide and buy. Okay, now let us take this example which is asked in the question. In the question it is asked, which share is more profitable? 4% share at rupees 80 or the other one is 4.5% share at rupees 88. Now this means that a company is giving a dividend at the rate of 4% whose shares are being sold at rupees 80. Whereas this is another company which declares a dividend of 4.5% whose shares are being sold at rupees 88. So this rupees 80 and rupees this 88 are the market values of each share. Okay, so when the nominal value is not mentioned, we assume that the nominal value is rupees 100. So in both the cases, nominal value is rupees 100 because nothing is mentioned. Otherwise, if the nominal value is mentioned, then they would have said 4% shares whose nominal value is rupees 100 and market value is rupees 80, or 4.5% shares whose nominal value is say rupees 100 and market value is rupees 88. That is how they ask. And if they don't mention the nominal value, we have to assume that the nominal value is 100. So in this case, nominal value in both the companies, the shares is 100, but their market values are different. Okay, so now let us decide which is a profitable one. So in this case, how will we decide? We must have the same investment, and against the same investment, we must know the earning from each company. Whichever earning is better against same investment, which is more profitable. So what we will do is, we will take what is the earning, let us calculate in each case. Now in this case, the earning on each share is 4%. So that means dividend is equal to, if suppose there is only one share, the dividend on one share from this company is rupees 4. Why? Because the nominal value we have assumed as 100. Since it is not mentioned, it implies nominal value is rupees 100. So dividend on one share from the first company is rupees 4. But actually this rupees 4 is earned by the shareholder by investing how much? Rupees 80. So now different investments we can't compare. So what we will do, in each case we will compare the earning on rupees 100. So if by investing rupees 80, the earning is rupees 4. Now if we by investing 100 rupees, what will be the earning? So by investing rupees 100, what will be the earning? So 100 upon 80 multiplied by 4. So rupees 5. So in the first case, we are getting earning of rupees 5 by investing rupees 100. So rupees 5 is earning against investment of rupees 100. Now same thing we will find out for the second company. What is the earning by investing rupees 100 in the second company? Now for that, now let us, this is clear to you, we got rupees 5 from the first company. Now let us keep this information aside and let us calculate what is the investment or what is the earning in the second company by investing rupees 100. Now from the first company we got rupees 5 against an investment of rupees 100. Now we will calculate what is the earning by investing rupees 100 in the second company. First of all, in the second company, by the dividend on each share is 4.5. So that means, but the shareholder is investing how much? Rupees 88, because this is the market value. So that means if investment is rupees 88, then earning is rupees 4.5, yeah, 4.5, right? So in the earlier case we have found the earning against investment of 100. So here also we will make the investment same. So if investment is rupees 100, what is the earning? This is in the second company. So 100 upon 88 into 4.5, or you can write here in the fraction form 9 upon 2. So here it will be So this is 9 5s are 45, 9 2s are 18 plus 4, 22 upon 44. So now if you divide, it will be approximately equal to 'So that means if you put decimal 5.1. So approximately 5.11. So the earning against 100 rupees in the second company is 5.11, whereas the earning in the first company by investing rupees 100 is rupees 5. So which is greater? The second company's earning is greater. So that is why investing in the second company is profitable. So you will write 4.5% share at rupees 88 is profitable. Is it clear? Now this is slightly confusing. The children find it slightly confusing. If it is not clear, let me give one more example, then it will be absolutely clear to you. A similar example let me do, because these type of questions are very practical based, so you may expect in the boards as well as in all your examinations. Let me take one more example, a similar type but different figures. Let me see. Okay. The question says, which is the better investment? 10% shares at rupees 140 or 6% shares at rupees 132. Here it is slightly different. They have given if the investment is rupees 26,400. So we need not find out the investment as 100 and then find the earning in both the cases, but they have specified the investment in both the cases. That is how much? 26,400. So in each case we will find what will be the return against investment of 26,400. So now in the first case, the question says 10% shares at rupees 140. This is the first company. 10% shares at rupees 140. The second company, 6% shares at rupees 132. This is the second company. Now the investment is 26,000. Investment rupees 26,400. So we need not find for 100 rupees in both the cases, but in both the cases the investment, common investment they have told. So now what we will find? We will find what is the earning in this case. Now in this case again, as I told you, whenever nominal value is not mentioned, it implies that the nominal value is rupees 100. So against 100 rupees share, the shareholder gets 10%, that means 10 rupees. Now, but here what is the market value? 140 rupees. So that means by investing 140 rupees, the shareholder gets rupees 10. So by investing 26,400, how much will be the shareholders earning? That way we will find out what is the income of the first company by investing 26,400. Similarly, we will find out what is the income by investing 26,400 in the second company. Whichever will be more is profitable. So let us find out. Now in the first case, as I told you, when 100 investment is, we are considering one share, when investment is rupees 140, the income or the earning, whatever you feel like you can call, is rupees 10. 10% shares means 10 rupees is the income against 100 rupees. So, but 100 rupees the nominal value, actual investment is 140. So 10 rupees is earned against 140 rupees. So what is the investment? Rupees 26,400 is the investment. What is the income? Okay, this is 10, right? So 26,400 upon 140 into 10. 2 sevens are, 2 ones are, 2 threes are, 2 twos are, 0 0. Now, so let us see what is it in decimal form. So 7, and here it is 1 3 2 0 0. So 7 ones are 7, 6, 2, 7 eights are 56. So again 0. Now 7, this is 7 eights are 56, 4, again this 0, 7 fives are 35, so 7 sevens are 49, 7 ones are 7. So the earning is rupees 1885.71. Okay, now let us keep it aside. Now let us find out what is the scenario in the second case. Now you should not remove or rub the calculation, related calculation. Since here space is less, I have rubbed, but you will continue with all the calculations intact. Now in the second case, the income on each share is 6 rupees. That means by investing 132, the income is rupees 6. So in the second company, if investment is rupees 132, income is rupees 6. So what is our common investment? 26,400. So if rupees 26,400 is the investment, what is the income? Now let us calculate into 6. So 22 ones are 22, see, 2s are, so rupees 1200 is the income. So which is better, 1885 or 0.71 or 1200? This is better. So that means the first company is more profitable. That is, so what will you write? 10% share at rupees 140 is profitable. Is it clear? Now let me do other question. Let me read the question first. A man bought 1000 shares, each of face value rupees 5 at rupees 7 per share. So that means the number of shares the man bought is 1000, nominal value of the share is rupees 5 and market value is rupees 7. So this is the detail that we got in one particular statement sentence. So let us write down number of shares is given to us as 1000, nominal value is rupees 5, market value is rupees 7. From one statement, one sentence, we got this data. Okay, so a man bought 1000 shares, each of face value 5 rupees at 7 per share. Now at the end of the year, the company from which he bought the shares declared a dividend of 8%. So the company declared a dividend at the rate of 8%. Calculate the amount of money invested. So what is the amount of money invested? The number of shares into the market value. Is the money invested because the person purchased 1000 shares at rate of rupees 7, not at the nominal value but at the market value. So market value into nominal value, market value into the number of shares will give you the investment. And the second question asked is the percentage return on his outlay. That means what is the dividend he received, we have to calculate, and then we also have to calculate the actual percentage return that the person got. So let us calculate one by one. So the first part, we have to find out what is the investment. So investment is equal to rupees, the number of shares into the market value. This is not a big formula, we all know. So rupees 1000 into the market value, that is 7. So investment is rupees 7000. This is your answer 1. That is what is asked in the first sub question. Now in the second part it is asked the percentage return of his outlay. So the correct to 1 decimal place. First let us find out what is the dividend earned. Now dividend earned will be the number of shares, that is 1000, into the rate of dividend, that is D%, that is 8 upon 100, into nominal value, that is 5. So that is equal to 5 8s are 40, and 40 into 10 rupees 400. So this is the dividend that the person earns at the end of the year from the company. But this 400 rupees is his earning against his investment of 7000. So what is his actual rate of return, at what percent degree? But that is what we have to calculate. So rate of return, what did they ask? The rate of return or the percentage return on his outlay correct to 1 decimal place. So whenever it is correct to 1 decimal place, we have to arrive the answer up to 2 decimal places and then round it off to 1 decimal place. Let us see. Now this rupees 400 is the earning against investment of rupees 7000. So 400 rupees is the earning out of 7000. So percentage return, this is the percentage return. So that is equal to 40 upon 7. 40 upon 7 is what? The actual percentage return that the person got. But we have to give it up to decimal place, 1 decimal place. So now this is a non-terminating decimal, it will continue. Since they want us in up to 1 decimal place, we will do up to 2 decimal place and we will round it off to 1 decimal place. Since 1 is less than 5, we will ignore 1 and the rate of return is 5.7%. So this is the actual rate of return that the person gets. So this is your answer 2. Is it clear? Let me proceed to the next question. Let me read the next question. A man invests rupees 16,800 in buying shares of nominal value rupees 24 and selling at 12% premium. The dividend on the shares is 15% per annum. Calculate the number of shares he buys, and second one, calculate the dividend he receives annually. So let us first write the data that we have. We have investment as rupees 16,800. So $16,800 is the investment in buying shares of nominal value rupees 24. So nominal value is equal to rupees 24. Selling at 12% premium. So market value will be rupees 24 plus 12% of 24. That is rupees 24 plus that is rupees 26.88. Okay. Now, what is the first question? Calculate the number of shares he buys. So, number of shares. Number of shares is investment upon the market value. So, investment is 16,800 upon 26.88. This is the market value. So, This is equal to 16,800 into 100 to remove the decimal. So 2 zeros, and here the decimal will be removed when you multiply by 100. So 2688. So now let us simplify this. So 1680000 upon 2688. Now let us try 4 times. 4 6 are 24, then 28, 4 7s are 28, 4 2s are 8. Here 4 4s are 16, 4 2s are 8, 0 0 0 0. Now let us try 6 6 are, yes. So 6 1s are 6, again 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12. Here 6 7s are 42, 0 0 0 0. Now 7 times, 7 1s are 7, 7 6 are 42, 1 0 0 0 0. Now 4 4s are 4 25s are 100, 0 0. Now again 4 6 are 24, 4 2s are 8, 4 5s are 20. So the number of shares is 625. So that is our first answer. Now I will like to mention here that for you in 10th standard the fractional shares is not there in scope. So any time if you get the number of shares in decimal form, then ignore the decimal part and take only the whole number part. Here of course it is whole number, but if at all you get any decimal fraction when you are calculating number of shares, ignore the decimal part and take only the whole number part. Only in 1 year in the board question the number of shares came as 65.5. That year benefit of doubt was given whether the child took it 65.5 as 66 or as 65 or even as 65.5 marks were given. But after that we were told that we should not ask questions based with number of fractions in a decimal format. Anyway, now coming back to the question, the next part is calculate the dividend he receives annually. So dividend is equal to, these calculations in your paper should remain as it is. You should not do it somewhere else. You should always do it on the right side of the part, because this is all considered for your marking. So now dividend is equal to the second part. Dividend is equal to number of shares, that is 625, into the dividend percent. What is the dividend percent given? The dividend on the shares is 15% per annum. So 15%, that is 15 upon 100, into the nominal value, that is rupees 24. The dividend, again let me remind you, is always calculated on the nominal value and not on the market value. So this is equal to So since 100 is on the denominator, so decimal will come here. So dividend is rupees 2250. That is your answer 2. I hope it is clear to you all. Let us proceed to the next question. A man sold 500 shares of rupees 20 each, paying 8% at rupees 18. That means the number of shares is 500. He sold, okay, for which the shares are of nominal value 20, but they are being sold at a market value of 18, and invested the proceeds. Invested the proceeds means the money that he earns by selling the shares. So invested the proceeds in rupees 10 shares, paying 12% at rupees 15. In rupees 10 shares means nominal value is rupees 10. Dividend percent is 12%, at rupees 15 means market value is rupees 15. how many rupees 10 shares did he buy? How many rupees 10 shares did he buy means the number of shares he bought from the second company. And what was the change in his annual income? Change in his annual income means if instead of selling the shares of the first company, if he would have retained, what would have been his dividend or what would have been his annual income? And what is the annual income that he gets from the second company? The difference is the change in his annual income. So let us calculate, it will be more clear to you. So the data that we know is there are two companies, okay? So in the first company, the number of shares the person sold, that means the person had 500 shares or he sold 500 shares of that company. And what is the nominal value of these shares that he sold? Rupees 20 and paying 8%. So the company, suppose the first company pays B1, so that is 8%. At rupees 18, so market value is rupees 18. So that means he sold the shares at rupees 18. So what is the selling price that he gets of these shares? That is the proceeds that he invests in the second company. So let us first find out selling price of 500 shares at the rate of rupees 18. Okay, so that is equal to rupees 18. Okay, so this is the money that he earns by selling the shares. So this is nothing but which we refer to as sale proceeds. So this is the money that he earns by selling. So now this money he invests in, invested the proceeds in rupees 10 shares. So that means nominal value of this second company is rupees 10. Paying 12%, so that means D2 let us call is 12%, paying 12% at rupees 15, so that means market value is rupees 15. So first we have to calculate what is the number of shares that he buys from in the second company, and then we will find out what is his annual income. So number of shares that he buys, number of shares bought is equal to, what is the investment? The sale proceeds. So that means investment is 9,000. So 9,000 upon the market value. What is the market value? 15. So 600 is the number of shares that he buys. Okay, so that is the first answer. They ask how many rupees 10 shares did he buy? So that is the answer 1. Now first we have to find out what is the annual income here. We will find out the annual income here, and the difference will give us the change. That is the second part they ask. What is the second part? They are asking what was the change in his annual income. So first let us find out what dividend he would have received if he would have retained these shares. So number of shares 500 into the dividend percent, that is 8 upon 100 into the nominal value 20. So that is equal to 520 is 100 rupees 800. Okay, this is the annual income he would have received if he would have retained these shares. Now what is the annual income from these 600 shares in the second company? So here the dividend is, so let us call this dividend as D1, this as D2. Okay, so from the second company the dividend he earns is number of shares, that is 600 into D percent. What is the D percent? Dividend percent 12%, and what is the nominal value? 10. Okay, so rupees 720 is the annual income from the second company. So change in annual income. So change in annual income is rupees 800 minus 720, that is rupees 80. Now in this question they ask the change in annual income. In some questions they ask did he gain or lose in the transaction? So here he actually lost, because if he would have retained the shares, he would have earned rupees 800, but by selling the shares and investing in the second company, he only earns rupees 720. So that means actually it is a loss. In this transaction, he did not gain, but he lost. Rupees 80 is his loss. But here they only ask us what is the change in income. Sometimes they also ask what is the loss or gain percent. So we have to decide whether it is a loss or gain. In this case it is loss, so we will have to calculate the loss percent also. Okay, so this is how you have to solve. I hope it is clear to you. Let us proceed to the next question. Let me read the question. A man invests a sum of money in rupees 100 shares paying 15% dividend quoted at 20% premium. If his annual dividend is rupees 540, calculate his total investment and the rate of return on his investment. So what is it? What is the data that we have? A man invests a certain sum of money. We do not know what is his investment, but we know that in rupees 100 shares, that is the nominal value is rupees 100, paying 15% dividend, quoted at 20% premium. So nominal value is rupees 100. So market value will be 20% premium. Since it is 100, so 20% of 100 is 20. So market value is rupees 100 plus 20, that is rupees 120. See, this 100 plus 20, you definitely can calculate orally, but you must show, because otherwise it will be considered as omission of steps. Paying 15% dividend, so dividend is equal to 15%. He received annual dividend of rupees 540, so that means capital D. We represent it as capital D. So capital D, or as annual income, is rupees 540. So what we have to find? We have to find his investment, because we do not know what is his investment. So in order to find what is the investment, we have to find out the number of shares. Once we know the number of shares, the number of shares into market value will give us the total investment. Now dividend is always calculated on the nominal value. So 540, which is the dividend, is equal to number of shares. We do not know the number of shares. Say number of shares is X or N. So X into the dividend percent, that is 15 upon 100, into the nominal value, that is 100. So that is equal to 15 X. So implies X is equal to 540 upon 15. So 5 3s. So 36. What is this X? Number of shares. So that means the person had 36 shares. So now what will be the investment? He bought at the rate of the market value, that is 120. So his investment will be is equal to rupees number of shares, that is 36, into the market value, that is 120. That is the investment. So this is your answer 1. Now in the second part they asked the rate of return on his investment. So this is the investment, and what is his return? 540. So we have to find out the percentage return. Rate of return, percentage return means same. So that means 540 is the return by investing 4320. So the percentage return. This is what? This is percentage return. So that is 25 upon 2, that means 12.5% is the rate of return. These are different types of sums, children. I hope you followed. You try out more questions and practice more for the exam. All the best, children.